Me? Okay, now there we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Rank Talks Ball for yet another watch along. Sorry for taking a bit for this one, but we're here live to watch the pride and hope of CONMEBOL, which apparently now is Paraguay, going up against the mighty France. This is a game that I really wanted to make a watch along for, especially after I missed the Paraguay Germany game because Paraguay is the CONMEBOL team in my eyes. Because when you look at the other CONMEBOL teams, most of the guys already play in Europe, obviously. With Argentina, with Colombia, with Brazil, especially all of the teams, all of the players on the squad play for in Europe. That's not the case for Paraguay. For Paraguay, most of these guys play in the Argentinian, in the Brazilian, in the Mexican league. So this is just like the pure CONMEBOL team, in my opinion. And so this team going up against what I think are the main candidates for the World Cup, which is France, based on what they've shown so far in this tournament, it's just incredible. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to it. I hope that Paraguay give a good performance. I don't really necessarily think that Paraguay has much of a chance to win because just stylistically, I think that France are a much better side than what Germany were last time around in the round 32. So I think that France should obviously win, but I think that if Paraguay can give a good showing, that will be good for CONMEBOL because I feel like they are getting super underestimated and they are a super tough team and they represent the South American football and the South American grit. And I just hope they can give a good showing for themselves and see if they can at least make France worry for a little bit. So yeah, that's gonna be the main goal. I'm also gonna be having my merienda because I did not get anything to eat basically this entire day, and I'm starving a little bit. Oh, are we back? I believe we're back. Um, yeah, I don't know. My internet was kind of dying right there, but we're back. We're back. Okay, nice. Um, so like I was saying, there is something good when it comes to. Uh, thank you, Willow. Welcome to the channel once again. There's something good with this Paraguay lineup. If I come here and show like my browser thingy, which always happens, but there we go. Boom. Is that Paraguay finally has its starting 11, like all of its best players. Alderete wasn't there for the last game, and this time he comes back for that center back position alongside Gustavo Gomez and Velasquez, who actually makes an appearance ahead of somebody like Canale to complete a back five alongside Junior Alonso and Cáceres. The midfield with Galarza Fonda, Andres Cubas, and Diego Gomez, who's also returning. So good to see Diego Gomez there in the midfield. And the two up front, the two best guys, Julian Enciso and Miguel Almiron. So obviously amazing that Paraguay has its full strength starting 11 finally, because there was always somebody missing. Like Gomez got suspended, Enciso got injured, Almiron got suspended, Alderete got suspended, and so we never got to see Paraguay at full strength at this World Cup, and now we will get to see that. On the side of France, I mean, it's just an incredible team. Obviously, Mike Magnan, Jules Kounde, Upamecano, Saliba, and Lucas Digne. The midfield is not going to be Chouameni this time around. It's going to be Kone instead, alongside Rabiot. The front four, it's the same that it was against Sweden with Dembele, Olise, Barcola, and Mbappe. So obviously incredibly strong team. And now we're just going to see if this incredible France attack that have been doing wonders at this World Cup can break through this Paraguay low block. Like I expect Paraguay to be defending 100% of the time, and France to be attacking all of the time, to have all of the possession and always be pressing. And yeah, it's just gonna be a question to whether Paraguay can do something in the counter attack or if they can hold out long enough for penalties, and if France can actually break them down. So that's gonna be what's gonna happen right there. My camera is still. There we go. So yeah, I mean, let's see. Let's see if Paraguay can do something. I just hope they can give a good game and make people respect them, because people have been writing off Paraguay. Even after they beat Germany, they've been writing off Paraguay and saying, okay, but France surely is going to beat them. France is going to smash them. Like, this is not a question. So I just hope that they can make themselves proud. That's what I want to see. If Paraguay were to win, I mean, I'm not hate watching France. I'm just here rooting for Paraguay, okay? So like, this is not a hate watch. This is not a hate watch, but we're full supporting Paraguay on this one. Let's hope they can do something. Let's hope that they can give a good showing. That's the main part. I need Paraguay to give a good showing. Like, I need them to not get destroyed and just roll over and die. Like, I need them to show a good performance. That's the main thing. Fayad Soheb, thank you so much for joining. Welcome back to the channel. Okay, so you're going to be rooting for France. Fair enough. But yeah, Paraguay has been getting hella disrespected even after beating Germany. So if they don't win, I hope Paraguay give a good showing, because they deserve better and they are representing CONMEBOL, like I was saying. All of these guys playing the Brazilian, the Argentinian, or the Mexican league, except for like Enciso, Almiron, and these other guys, and Aldereto, right? Who play in the Premier League. Besides that, all of these guys represent South American football to its core, so I need them to do well. SSB, thank you so much for joining. Welcome back. Also, after last night's madness, I could really use, supporting a team, but also not being worried if they were to get knocked out. How good was Morocco today? I thought they got exposed a little bit. I thought Morocco played a pretty bad game, honestly. Like, I watched the entire Morocco Canada game, and Canada were much better. No, but Morocco do have world class players. Okay, maybe not world class, because world class I see as they would start in any team in the world. Maybe not world class, but like Sabiri is an incredible player. Onah is an incredible player. Obviously, Sabiri then came off with an injury, but in came Rahimi, and Rahimi also was great. Masraoui has been playing well. The first half from Masraoui was really poor, but then he stepped up. Bono is an amazing goalkeeper. So, like, Morocco has an amazing team, but the thing is, in the first half, Canada really exposed them in the sense that when you press them in the midfield, their center backs are not good ball playing center backs, so they really struggled playing out from the back. Um, they lost possession many times. Canada got a lot of counter attacks like that. Yeah, exactly. They created 3 chances and got 3 goals. So like, Morocco were not good, they were clinical, and they showed their experience. Like, that free kick goal that they scored for the first one, that's just experience. Like, everybody from Canada was expecting Hakimi to cross it into the box, and then he just placed it for Onahi on the edge of the box for him to score. That was just experience. Up until that point, Canada were the better team, but Canada have no end product because both strikers, both Jonathan David, Kyle Larin, Oliwasu, or whoever was playing there, Canada has no good strikers. So despite all the chances that Canada created, they could not score because they have no end product and they don't have that experience in knockout football. Morocco has plenty of experience in knockout football, be it at the World Cup or be it at AFCON. Um, facing real tough opposition. And today, despite not playing a great game, they won 3-0, which is incredible. They got the job done. They hit when they needed to hit, and yeah, they defeated Canada. Canada can definitely be proud of themselves after the amazing tournament that they've done for their standards and for hosting the tournament. As we get underway here, France playing long Luis Enrique style with PSG. And I mean, Morocco just showed their experience. That was it. And I think this Morocco team is really good. Like if they play like they play today against Canada, they're gonna struggle to whoever wins this game. But if they get their stuff together, I think that this Morocco team is even better than the 2022 one. So I think that this Morocco team could be a real threat. You don't rate Morocco as high as most people. I mean, that's fair. I genuinely think that this team is better than the 2022 one. Dembele with the cross for Mbappe, cleared away. Paraguay pushed forward a little bit there for the start. France instantly with the rebuttal. Um, Fayad, I have all my thoughts of the Cape Verde match on my match reaction here in the channel in form video, and also you can watch my live reaction to the game when we did the watch along last night. So if you want to go into my thoughts in depth into that game, you can watch the match reaction. Otherwise, I think that Argentina played well, but Cabo Verde were just on a different level and they push us to our limit. And there are some question marks within some individuals in the Argentina national team that Scaloni is either going to have to drop or give less minutes to, and he needs to bring in some of the guys on the bench that can make a real difference for Argentina, especially in the creative department. The thing is also SSB, like I don't buy not really rating a team um, based on their individuals, because I think that you need to watch how the team plays as a team. The same goes for Argentina. Like I think that Argentina is one of the best teams in the world, but you wouldn't say that looking at their starting 11 or looking at their bench. Like if you look at Argentina's starting 11, most people would say that it's mid and that those guys don't really perform for their clubs and that they are really not that good. Like, how is this team gonna win a World Cup? But Argentina plays really well as a team. Um, so like the same thing with Morocco. They may not have like any world class players besides Hakimi, like for example what France does. Um, but as a team, they are incredible. I think that Morocco plays really well as a team. Today they played pretty bad, I thought. Morocco is a team that will play better against Europeans. They are assembled that way. Enzo McAllister, the Paul Romero are quality players. They are, but Enzo and McAllister, if they keep playing like the way they played last night, they need to start getting dropped or subbed out. Okay, clear away. Okay, nice. Oh no, you cannot get dispossessed right there. France with our, I mean, we knew this was gonna happen. Like, if Paraguay is all sitting inside the box, France is gonna have a really intense press. Dave Street, thank you so much for joining. Welcome back. Anyone but France. Like they said that one time in Top Gear, France is just that country that you have to drive through to get to Italy. That's all it's there for. Argentina did lose grip, but I thought it was because of how amazing Cabo Verde were. I I didn't see how like Argentina played bad on some individuals. The team itself, I thought that Argentina played well, but like the midfield, like Enzo, McAllister, the strikers with Julian and Lautaro, Nico Gonzalez, Thiago Almada, those guys played pretty bad. And those individuals, I think, is what failed Argentina. And also Medina and Lisandro on that one equalizer that they got in the second half. Besides that, I think that Argentina played pretty well, and we responded well to every Cabo Verde equalizer. Like our mentality and our grit and determination is still there, but Cabo Verde were just on a different level. Like you saw the goal that Sidney Cabral scored in extra time. Like that's ridiculous. You saw the saves that Bociña was making, the clearances by Pico Lopez and Borges. Like Cabo Verde was spectacular tonight, last night rather. So nothing but respect to Cabo Verde. Like they gave an amazing showing. They pushed us to our limit. But I don't think this doesn't make me lose stock on Argentina or lose faith in Argentina like whatsoever. I think that we are still one of the best teams. We just need to sort some things out. Oh, what a nutmeg by Mbappe! Holy crap! And here come France. Okay, that's gonna be a corner. What a nutmeg by Mbappe! Jesus. Incredible bit of skill from Mbappe. McAllister hasn't looked good, yeah. Slot kinda did ruin him, I agree. Yeah, I think that teams like Spain, Argentina are teams that France would really struggle against. Anything with a good midfield that can overrun them. Mancone seems to have taken a hit. Not in that sense, okay? Okay, Velasquez. If you're gonna start this game, we're gonna need better clearances than that. Yeah, Senegal were doing really well in that first half against France. The second half is gonna fall apart, but the first half, I thought Senegal were better than France. Like, I don't understand this gimmick that France is an unbeatable team based on what they've done since beating Senegal. Like what? They destroyed Iraq. They destroyed Norway's B team. They destroyed Sweden. I don't see France as an unbeatable team. I don't. I really don't. I think they have the best attack in the tournament. I think that they have the best depth in the tournament, the best bench. I think their goalkeeper is good. I think their defense is good. I don't think their midfield is very solid. I don't think their fullbacks are very solid. Yeah, Norway beats him exactly. Like, Netherlands put past 5 past Sweden exactly. Like I don't see France as an unbeatable team. I think that they are one of the favorites for the World Cup, but this whole gimmick that France is suddenly impossible to beat, I don't understand it. Like, if they were to beat Paraguay today, like, I think Morocco can give France a really good game, really competitive game, even more than in 2022, because even though that semifinal game was competitive, I think that this Morocco team is better than the 2022 one. Although I also think that this France is better than the 2022 one. Oh, the ball is still inside the box. Just clear it away, man. Jesus. Rabiot is appealing for something. I don't know. Yeah, France destroyed like their squad players. Their B team exactly. You expect to lose to Spain or Portugal. Portugal hasn't looked great either. And Spain, to be fair, only woke up against Austria because in the group stage, Spain weren't looking hot either. Like we're talking about all of these top teams: France, Spain, Argentina, Portugal. All of them had their scares. All of them have dropped points to somebody. None of them had looked unbeatable. None of the top teams have looked unbeatable. And there are some outsider teams, like we were talking, like a Morocco, like a USA, like a Mexico, like an England, who are like right there and could beat any of the top teams on their day, right? Adam, thank you so much for joining. Welcome to the stream. Spain and Portugal are not firing at full cylinders yet on that side of the bracket. I don't know how much more Portugal has to give, honestly. I think that players like Vitinha, Bruno need to step up more. Besides that, like, are Portugal much better than what they've shown already? Spain, I feel like, have some room for improvement, even after what they did to Austria. Besides that, like, I don't know. I think that they are both playing pretty close to the peak of their powers. Will stay at the same time, so there won't be any changes. Yeah, with England and Mexico and Brazil, Norway. Um, I don't know yet. Like, I definitely want to do a watch along for Mexico, England. I don't know if I will do one for Brazil, Norway, even though that's a banger game. I kind of want to make a watch along for both, but I don't know if I'll be home. I really want to make a watch along for both, but I don't know if I'll be home. Will Mbappe press against Spain? He kind of has to, right? If he doesn't, like, I feel like Spain have too much freedom to play out from the back and kind of cook France that way. Okay, free kick for Paraguay. This is what we are doing. If you play 10 like Olise on he's doing right now, you will eventually have to drop to 8. Olise at 8 is diabolical. But Olise has been the best creator besides Messi at this World Cup. Like, Messi and Olise have been the two best creators of the tournament. Okay, that's not a good cross by Almiron, and here comes Olise. Mexico City has altitude, even though there's a few more Latin Americans that have higher altitude, like in Ecuador and Bolivia. Yes, yes, but the altitude is not a non-factor. Like, I think it will play a part in England potentially, getting tired sooner. And Mexico are used to that kind of climate. What altitude is Argentina? Well, it depends where. Like, Buenos Aires is at sea level, but we also have the highest peak in the entirety of the Americas in the Cerro Aconcagua. So, like, because we have the plains of the Pampas closer to the Atlantic, but also like the Andes range mountain, or altitude like varies a lot. Like, Argentina is a huge country, so like depends where in Argentina. Yeah, Bogota has altitude as well. I think it's similar to Mexico City, like 2,000 meters. But then you have places like Quito, which is closer to like 2,500 meters, and places like La Paz, which is like 3,300 meters, and places like El Alto in Bolivia, which is where they play their last few qualifier games, which is 4,000 meters above sea level, which is insane. So I think the altitude will play a factor in England and how they play. I gotta say, like Philadelphia, this stadium is like 85% Paraguay. Like the support for Paraguay is insane, which you wouldn't expect because you would expect the neutrals to root for France if they're going to the stadium, right? Like the locals, just because of the big names. But like Paraguay have packed the house trying to get behind their team. Everybody is defending that box. Marcola cutting inside. Now opening for Luca Digne with the cross that is caught by Orlando Hill. Orlando, don't drop to the floor already. Like if we're doing the drop to the floor at minute 15, like you're not gonna stay on that pitch for long. Like that's crazy. Tickets got cheaper for round of 32, I imagine. All right, Kunde playing out for the back for France, as we expected. Ooh, that is a good ball for Olise. Or tried to clear it away, Gustavo Gomez. Okay, that is back to Orlando Hill. People bought all the group stage games tickets at high prices. Knockout rounds weren't selling, then FIFA decreased prices. When I saw the incredibly high prices, I was like, all people need to do is not buy them, and the prices will go down by themselves. But obviously, there's like resellers and extremely rich people that will pay for anything and then try to make a profit out of that. So like that, those prices are probably gonna stick for the big game, especially. Okay, that ball is a bit too long for Mbappe. I'm surprised Paraguay is playing in white shorts and blue shorts because I thought the blue shorts will be the home team. Um, but I guess they couldn't really have any blue on them because then it will get mixed with France. It's the same way why Argentina played with white shorts against Cabo Verde, just to not have, like the black shorts, which could get mixed up with the deep blue from Cabo Verde. So I think that it's just that they have to make the kids as different as possible. 30 to 40% less than initially listed. And there you go. All right, corner for France. There's only been 17 minutes. Like, this game is taking forever, man. I mean, it doesn't feel like anything has happened, but I think that if Paraguay get to halftime 0-0, we could see France start entering into desperation territory. Yeah, yeah. But even if Paraguay home has blue shorts, they can play with the white shorts just to differentiate themselves from France. Okay, that is a good pass for Cáceres. Is that a foul? Yes, that's a foul. Is that gonna be everybody in Paraguay? Dude, okay. Did you see everybody on the Paraguay bench got up to protest to the ref that was a yellow for Barcola and it is gonna be a yellow, but I feel like the ref only gave that yellow due to peer pressure because absolutely everybody on the Paraguay bench got up to protest that bench. I mean, the passion on the Paraguay players is insane. White shorts yesterday gave me 2014 vibes. Yeah, true. Brazil has crazy kid, yellow, blue, and white. Really? Do they have white socks? Also, like France usually is like their flag is usually blue, white shorts, and then red socks. But because they're playing Paraguay today, who also have white and red, France now is playing on full blue. So it's the same for France, Adam. Like the France, you saw it against, wasn't it against Senegal that they had like white shorts and then red socks? So like this is the same. Now France is playing, yeah, matching flags to sock is amazing. But like that's why, because they couldn't have white and red to confuse themselves with Paraguay. France now is playing in full blue. Yeah, Italy has no blue in their flag, but they play blue. Same as Japan. Japan has no blue in their flag, but they play blue. Well, the Netherlands, obviously. Albi-roja. Like, uh, Paraguay is albi-roja, albi for white, and roja for red. Basically, the red and white. La roja would be Chile, which they play in full red. Also, Spain call themselves La Roja because they play in full red too. Although I like it more like in the current Spain jersey when it has like touches of blue, even though Spain doesn't have blue in its in its flag either. But when the Spain kids have like touches of blue, like the current one, it's just so it looks so good. Good recovery from Diego Gomez. Yeah, Paraguay just happy to play long for Enciso and Almiron. Okay, that Enciso can try to press for that against Saliba. Nice recovery. Can Paraguay make something happen? Nope. Yeah, Germany is white too. I don't remember why Germany was white. I forgot why that happened. Because I remember all the stories like of why certain teams play in a color that does not match their flag, and I for some reason I don't remember. Ooh, okay, shot from distance by Kone goes wide. I don't remember why Germany plays in white. I think it took a deflection that shot from Kone. Yeah, it took a deflection. It's gonna be a corner. Canada was wearing black today. Yeah, but that's an away kit. Usually they play in red or white. But yeah, they play with their third kit, which is the black one. That guy was offside, I think. No, says the linesman. All right, Kone on the ball, pushing forward. All of Paraguay defending in the box. Arcola with the cross, cleared away. And I think that went out for a corner. Yep. Paraguay doing what we expected, and France trying to break through. Here comes another corner taken by Dembele. Into the far post for Mbappe, tries to put it inside. Nope. That's going to be a goal kick for Paraguay, and I think it's a hydration break as well. Yep. Okay. Okay, first quarter done. Guys, Paraguay reached the hydration break 0-0. So far, mission accomplished. But we need to keep this up. Come on. I want to see if I can do this because I won a coupon on a delivery app last night during the Argentina Cabo Verde game. And I want to know. So far, yeah, so far. I mean, we need to keep it up. We still have a lot of work to do. Still a long game to go. Still a long game to go. Right, so why can't you add another? Para pa 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 pam. Stupid hydration break. Turututututututun. Turututututututun. Turutututututun. All right, we're back. Paraguay doing their thing so far. Just need to keep this up. Don't let up. Not a single moment. All right, Kone pushing forward. Nice, get this possessed. All right, Almiron, just take it forward. Almiron, just push forward. Nice from Almiron. Nice run for Almiron, but I need somebody inside the box now. Good for Almiron, but now what do we do? Probably not that, because Kunde is just gonna clear it away. Can we win the duel? Yes, we can. Okay, good from Paraguay. Good for Paraguay. Just have a shot. Have a shot. Okay, cleared away. Okay, that was a bit optimistic, but nice. Nice. Uruguay just pushing forward. That's fine. That was good. That was good. Pushing a bit forward. That's what we need. Barcola, that's a goal kick. Okay. Ooh, Mbappe inside the box, giving it back to Dembele. Dembele squares it in. Okay, it goes past the entire box, but we're okay. We're okay. Cáceres gonna clear it away. Nice. But the ball goes back to France. Ooh, no, no, no. Barcola doesn't get to need to get the ball there. Nice. Good defending from Paraguay. Great defending from Paraguay. That's what we need. Nice, nice. Oof, that deflection after the cross from Dembele could have really complicated things if Mbappe was there to capitalize on it. If Mbappe was there to pounce, like that was 100% a goal, no questions asked. No, how is that a foul, man? Like, let's not be soft now with the Frenchies, okay? Okay, I think I made this work. All right, that's good. A crossing from Dembele. Ooh, thank goodness they didn't get for that header. Would have been really bad if Mbappe connected with that header. He was in a prime goal scoring position. He was essentially on the small box in front of Hill, and Hill was pretty much beat if Mbappe gets it to either post, but he slightly misses the ball, mistiming his jump. Guys, we're fine, we're fine. I need everybody to relax. Good from Enciso now. Okay, Enciso, can you make a run? Oh, Upamecano does well defending there, but Paraguay wins a throwing. And we take a throwing these days. Alfaro giving the indications. The throwing for Enciso, that is a bit too long of a throwing. The thing is, like, Paraguay defend well, but are too nervous whenever they're in the ball. Whenever they're in the ball, they kind of don't know what to do with it, and that's not really gonna work because that means that, I mean, Paraguay is never gonna create a chance like that. You have to at least, you're not gonna have the ball for long. Sure, that's fine. You need to at least be composed at the times you do have the ball, kind of like what Cabo Verde does, kind of like what other teams do, even when you don't have possession. Like what Morocco did earlier today. When you don't have possession in the final third, well, you have to make the most out of when you do have possession. Morocco did that brilliantly today. Oh, Rabiot is going to have a shot that's way too powerful over the crossbar. As soon as Rabiot took that first touch, you knew he was going for goal. You could see it in his eyes. And you can see that France are kind of getting frustrated by Paraguay's low block. They know that if they're going to beat them, it's going to have to be a great individual moment. That's a foul for Paraguay on Enciso. Yeah, Saliba is just pulling on his shirt and bringing him to the ground. Chad, the XG is exactly the same. Chad, it's 80 to 20 in the possession, but the XG is exactly the same. Like, France have created nothing. France has created absolutely nothing. Okay, cross into the box, caught by Magnon. Okay, it's getting heated now. This is what we need. We need things to get heated. If France starts getting more and more frustrated, I don't know how they're gonna respond. We have 4 people watching. Paraguay defend for their lives. All 4 people in the chat, we need to be defending with Paraguay because now they've given a free kick on Mbappe and things are heating up. This is exactly what we needed. Yes. I don't advocate for violence, but things getting heated and players starting to go at each other, that is exactly what we need. Turn this into a CONMEBOL game. Turn this into a Copa Libertadores game. This is exactly what we needed because that is where the Paraguay players thrive while the France players will be out of their depth. if this becomes a Copa Libertadores affair where there's infighting, where there's like scraps between the players. This is exactly what we need. Yeah, I mean, obviously, like Cubas just pulling on Mbappe like that, and then I don't know why Cubas is pushing him. I know what he's pushing, like to try and create a scuffle, obviously. Cáceres and Mbappe are just laughing whenever Cáceres is marking him, man. Like, what the heck? I don't know why only Enciso is on the wall when Mbappe could go for goal from there. Okay, it's gonna be a cross. Cleared away, but we need to clear it again. Nice. That's gonna be a corner now. Alright, corner for France. Dembele on the setup. Dembele puts in a really long cross for the far post. Kone with the shot, saved by Hill. Nice. It was Kunde actually who took the shot from outside the box. Kind of a volley attempt. Easily caught by Orlando Hill. Vamos, vamos, vamos. Calma, calma, everybody, calma. This is part of the plan. This is part of the plan. El profesor. El profesor Alfaro. All right, Dembele on the wing now. Dembele in the 1v1 tries to slide it into the box, but that's just booted away. Just clear it as far as you can, boy. Enciso is running for everything, dude. Look at the press from Enciso. Holy crap, that boy is running. Nice. Good interception. Good interception. Now to Enciso, who is absolutely gassed. Oh, shouldn't that be a foul from Upamecano? No, says the ref. Nice. Nice recovery on Olise. Enciso is still down on the floor. Almiron, good pass. Isn't that guy getting fouled? Gomez just lost the ball. He tried to win a corner, but he took a bit too long of a touch right there. I wanted to see the foul on Enciso again. I kind of thought that was a foul. All right, Dembele on the side now. Dembele takes a shot, took a deflection and is off target. So now that's gonna be a corner. They're protesting because Mbappe got hit somewhere. I don't know if Dembele was on side. And somebody pulls on Mbappe, I think. Galarza Fonda. Did Wait, no. Did Galarza Fonda just punch him? Like, what is Galarza Fonda doing? Is that a flop or did Galarza Fonda hit him? Did Galarza hit him on the chest? Is the fullback? Hossein, thank you so much for joining the stream. Welcome back. Watching you since 2022. Like, that's OG. Like, that's the very early days. Thank you so much. That means a lot, actually. Thank you. All right, corner for France. Dembele once again to put in the cross for like the gazillionth time this first half. Crossing for Dembele once again goes far post. And it's a goal kick now because Mbappe tries to get a header and then flops, trying to appeal for a penalty. That kind of looked like nothing. That kind of looked like one of those situations inside the box where both people are grabbing each other. Yeah, that's nothing on Mbappe. Cáceres is having Mbappe on lock so far. And they are discussing. They're cussing at each other, but obviously not covering their mouths after the Almiron debacle. Ooh, Upamecano has to clear that away because Enciso is pressing. Enciso wins in the air too. No, how is that a foul? Nah. Ref, we're not having this. Ref, we're not having this. Like, every time that the French players get touched, it's not a foul, okay? We're not having this. We're not doing this. There is contact in football, okay? There is contact in football. Let's not run this gimmick where if you touch him, it's a foul, okay? This is not basketball. This is football, please. The touch was a bit too long, but still, Barcola gets to it. All right, Chad, we've made it to the 40th minute and it's still 0-0. All right, Koundé with the overlap tries to put in a cross, and that's going to be a corner after the rebound on Alderete. Dembele is going to play it short. Nope, he's going to leave Olise take the corner. Olise with the cross. Punched away by Orlando Hill. The ball reaches Koundé. Koundé with another cross. Cleared away. Koné now. Lucas Digne. Digne with another cross. Caught by Orlando Hill. Calma. Everybody, calma. Orlando plays long. Nice. Hey, isn't that a foul on Enciso? No? Oh, that is a good long pass. Ah. That was a good attempt for Almiron. But the pass was a bit too strong. All right. Rabiot for Koundé. And here's Dembele. Again, Koundé with the overlap. He gets blocked and is out for a throwing. France plays it quickly for Rabiot. Rabiot. Oh, Olise. Upamecano. Olise. Olise on the ball for Dembele. Dembele is gonna look to put in a cross. Olise gets dispossessed. Right, Dembele once again. France just prodding away, but Paraguay holds strong. It's out for a throwing. Saliba for Lucas Digne. Mbappe on the middle for Upamecano. Upamecano looks into the box but doesn't play it. Here's Conedo. Is Conedo gonna have a shot? If you let him come, he's gonna shoot. If you let him come, okay. Shoot from Cone over the crossbar. Good defending, Paraguay. Good defending. Vamos. Good defending from Paraguay. Vamos. We're in it. We're in it. I can sense some desperation. It's just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. You saw that France got tired of passing it sideways, and Kone said, "You know what? Just let me have a shot. Like, screw this." And to be fair, like France has the players to make those shots happen, but you kind of have to try to not let them do that. All right, Barcola, marked by two players, tries to cut inside, puts it to the middle for Kone. Dembele on the edge of the box. Dembele marked by two players and dispossessed. That's a foul from Dembele, but the ref doesn't give it. Paraguay still keep a hold of the ball though. What are we doing? Are we playing long? That is a bad pass. That is a bad pass. Oh, but we win that. Oh, but we win that. Come on, vamos, vamos, Enciso. Vamos, Enciso. Ah, Enciso, you have to get to that. Come on, man. You're not gonna have much of the ball. You need to get that. This type of game is built for a traditional striker. I'm telling you, France on the bench has Jean-Philippe Mateta. Mateta is the kind of striker for this game. SSB, Mateta is for this game, right? Am I not crazy that Mateta cooks here? Like, instead of putting crosses for Mbappe, putting crosses for Mateta. You need that traditional 9. But the Shams is not gonna play that. Okay, Olise takes a deflection, caught by Hill. Nice. 45 minutes. Absolute cinema. I was thinking Thuram, but Mateta will do. Mateta is even more of a traditional line than Thuram, because Thuram likes to play in a double striker with Lautaro at Inter. Take off Barcola, Mbappe left wing, and Mateta on. Like, that could work. That could honestly cook. Alright, another nutmeg. But here comes Kone. Kone gets dispossessed, and here comes Enciso running into no man's land. What can Enciso do? Going up against Upamecano. Enciso is still holding it. Nice from Enciso so far. Going out to the corner flag, but Upamecano is finally gonna get to him. Isn't that not a foul? Is that not a foul on Enciso? Really? The ref didn't give a foul on Enciso for that. Look at those giveaways. They will be cooked. Which giveaways? On who? Is that not a foul on Enciso? That's crazy to me. Right, Lucas Digne, that... okay, somehow Digne gets to that. Very good from Lucas Digne right there to get to that ball. 3 minutes of stoppage time, by the way, so we have 1.5 minutes left until halftime. All right. Lucas Digne plays backwards. Back for Kone. Here's Kunde. Dembele is now playing a bit more central, not so much to the right. Trying to find anything. Giroud Griezmann partnership was underrated. It really was. It really was. Giroud Griezmann 2018 with Pogba, with Kante, with Mbappe, like that team was insane. All right, goal kick for Paraguay, final 20 seconds. So I think, Chad, we are getting to halftime 0-0. Half of the job has already been done. Half of the job has been done, Chad. All right, France are going to have one more ball, actually. Last kick of the first half goes to France. Koundé puts in a cross. Mbappe cleared away. And that's the end of the first half. Nice from Paraguay. Nice from Paraguay. That's exactly what we needed. How do you feel, Paraguay, today? Paraguay are doing exactly what they need to do. Exactly what they need to do. This is perfect. I would love to see that. I would love to see Paraguay be a bit more composed on the ball, because whenever Enciso and Almiron have been able to run forward, they tried to go a bit too fast. And like, I get it, because you will get pressed and they will strip the ball away from you. But you need a bit more composure when you have the ball, because Paraguay are not going to have the ball a lot this game. And they need to be a bit more composed, a bit more relaxed. Keep the ball a bit more whenever they do get it. And try to see if they can create anything, because so far, like, it has looked very difficult for Paraguay to create anything if it's not from a set piece. And they don't even get set pieces in good positions, because they're not really, pushing forward all that much, right? So let's see, man. So far, good job from Paraguay. Let's see what they can do from now. So, like, Chad, let me bring up the stats because I can tell you what we all saw, but the real story is in the stats. The real story of this game is here. Do you see this? Do you see this? Huh? What do we say about that? Not a single shot on target for France. 0.15 xg. 0.15. Look at the shots they're taking. This shot from Dembele blocked. This shot from Kone over the crossbar. This shot by Rabiot blocked. This shot by Rabiot over the crossbar. This shot by Kone blocked. And to be fair, like Paraguay are they taking the same shots, but like this is the graph you would expect from Paraguay. From France, did you see the shots they're taking? They didn't. This is the only shot inside the box. And I mean, touches inside the box, 12 to 0, right? But even 12 feels low for having 80% possession. 0.15 xg with 18% possession. Like, are we dead ass? Are we dead ass? I don't know, man. I don't know about that, but see, this is the thing. Like, Paraguay, okay, you're gonna have 76 passes. You cannot miss half of them. You cannot miss half of those passes. Like, you need to do something. Something happen when you have the ball. Because Paraguay, sure, you win all the defensive duels. Sure, you concede very little XG. You concede no shots on target. Sure, but when you have the ball, this 20% right here, something needs to happen. You cannot miss half your passes. That simply cannot happen. So like Paraguay have been a bit too bad on the ball to the point where, yeah, it makes it difficult for me to believe that Paraguay can get nothing better than a 0-0 here, right? It doesn't feel like it's gonna get better than a 0-0 with how they're playing right now, with how they looked on the ball. But they've been really good defensively, and that's what counts. That's what they need. My dad is sending me text over here. Incredible, man. Incredible. I don't know, man. I'm not saying that Paraguay are gonna do it, but they're doing it. I'm not saying that they are gonna do it, but they are doing it. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, the clock is look, the clock is still ticking. I never stopped the clock at half time. Jesus. All right. No, I reset the timer anyway. All right, there we go. Chad, like I'm telling you, Paraguay was never gonna make things easy. Where to eat in hot weather? Oh, what to eat in hot weather? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I like where I come from. My in the little town where I grew up with, in the middle of the mountains, it's usually very cold. So like most of the food I've eaten for like my entire life has been hot food. So like now that I'm here in Buenos Aires and like right now it's really cold, right? So like now it's perfect for me. But whenever it's like in Buenos Aires and it's like the spring or the summer and it gets like really really hot, I generally don't know what to eat because I always eat hot food. I always eat exclusively hot food, so I don't know what good cold food there is besides like I don't know a salad. I need to try sushi, for example, but I've never really been into sushi. I need to try it again though. But I'm not. I don't know what can you even eat in hot weather. I feel like it's what do people in hot weather eat? What is good cold food really? North America, especially the eastern part, is like 35 degrees Celsius. Jesus. Do you have AC? No, I don't have AC. I have a fan. AC, like, I mean, most people have AC. Most people have an AC in their apartment, but I don't because it's such a hustle. Because you see right here, like the window that has like these blinds, these wooden blinds. Like I would basically have to, because of these blinds, I cannot make the AC go through the window without having to like stop using the blinds. So essentially, to install an AC, I would have to make a hole in the wall for it to go outside, right? So, or use like one of the electrical walls that you can hang like on your wall, but those are one very expensive and two, I would have to like ask an engineer which of the walls I could actually hang that onto. So it's just a whole mess. So I would not get an AC at least anytime soon, even though it would be better. And so far with my fan, I have survived. What about central heating system? No, I don't have heater. I have an electric heater right here, but even then I don't have it on the whole time because it just consumes so much energy. For the most part, like when now that right now that it's cold, I just stay at home like wearing a hoodie or something. My hands are cold. Like my hands are always cold. What's the temperature now in Buenos Aires actually? Do you have like a weather report? Um, okay, I don't really have a weather report right now. Hold on. What's the temperature now? It's 8 degrees. 8 degrees Celsius. But 8 degrees when it's 84% humidity, it's like a cold that gets under your skin. Like the humidity in Buenos Aires is what makes it crazy. Yeah, it's 84% humidity. So like that, the humidity makes both the hot and the cold get under your skin. It's like it's sticky. It sucks. Yeah, 8 degrees. I don't know why I'm struggling so much to say 8 degrees. When I say 8 degrees, it's kind of like the T rolls in a bit too long and it kind of sounds like I'm saying 80, but it's 8 degrees. Well, duh, because it's in the south. Morocco, the first team in the quarterfinals, they're gonna play whoever wins out of this game in that road to the final, man. The fact that we got past Cape Verde, man, like, oh my god. Insane game last night. Game of the tournament. That and the Portugal Croatia one, like that's absolutely bananas. Hello, Mr. Krabs. Thank you so much for joining. We're very close to the start of the second half here. Paraguay doing their thing. Paraguay is doing their thing. They only conceded 0.15 XG in that first half. No shots on target from France. Hello, Eshan. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome back. Yeah, exactly. Paraguay is doing what we thought they were gonna do, but we all knew that Paraguay was gonna be like this, so it's down to France to see, okay, what are you gonna do differently? Are you gonna score or not? Mr. Krabs, if Paraguay go through, if Paraguay defeat France, are you really ruling them out against Morocco? Exactly. South Africa was a cold World Cup because it was in the middle of the winter. Coldest ever World Cup game was Brazil in 2010. I don't remember who they played, but oh yeah, that was North Korea. That was Brazil North Korea, the Maicon goal where he basically had like no angle. That was Brazil North Korea, and I remember because he's like wearing gloves, right? -1 Celsius that game, incredible. But I think there was a game in Chile in 1962, which was also in the winter because it was here in South America. I believe I think Italy played in it, and I think it's the only World Cup game with snow. A game in Chile in 1962. So that surely should have been colder. Like that's what I'm saying, SSB. Like if Paraguay beat France, are we really ruling them out against Morocco? This is a World Cup where everybody can beat everybody. We saw what Cabo Verde did against Argentina. And I don't think Argentina played that bad. I think that Argentina actually played really well. It's just that Cabo Verde were unbelievable. Like this is a World Cup where all of the teams are really close. We saw Curacao take a point off of Ecuador. We saw Curacao score against Germany. We saw Haiti taking the lead against Morocco. Haiti took the lead 2 times, 2 separate times. Haiti took the lead against Morocco. I'm going to ask AI what is the coldest games. Fair. All right, players coming out for the second half here in Philadelphia, which I have to repeat, 85% of the stadium is Paraguay here in Philadelphia. Mbappe giving one last chat to his teammates before stepping onto the field once again. Chad, I'm nervous. I'm nervous because I wouldn't be this nervous if, Paraguay was 1 or 2 nil down by this point. But the fact that they got here and it's still nil-nil, calma. 1930 was a cold World Cup. Yeah, I that too, because it was also the winter here during June, July. Come on, Chad. Let's rally behind. Paraguay for this one, for the second half. They need our strength. Lift your arms like it's the Henki Dama. Make a spirit bomb for Paraguay. Yeah, Argentina 1978. I mean, the same thing. Like every workout that was played in the Southern Hemisphere during June or July, over here it was the winter. So like, and every World Cup except for the Qatar World Cup was played in June and July. So every World Cup in the Southern Hemisphere was a Cold War Cup. So Uruguay 1930, as we're on their way here for the second half, like Uruguay 1930, Brazil 1950, Chile 1962, Argentina 1978, South Africa 2010. Like all of those World Cups were like Cold War Cups. I mean, Brazil 2014 didn't feel exactly cold, but it was also the winter, so like it was not necessarily hot. Yeah, most of the World Cup in 2014 was in the southern part because the southern part is like where all the big cities are in Brazil, like Rio, Sao Paulo, Porto Alegre. Um, the other one, Mineiro, is not that. Minas Gerais is not that close. Like it's more central. It's more to the north, and then Bahia is really to the north. But besides that, like most of the cities and most of the stadiums were down south. Yeah, southern Brazil is more developed, exactly. Because northern Brazil, most of it is just rainforest. All right, free kick for Paraguay, but it's basically on the halfway line. But I think they're still gonna put this into the box if they can. Diego Gomez to take the free kick. They're gonna put this inside the box. Okay, Paraguay going long, gets cleared away. And now we need to press Dembele here. Is that gonna be a foul? That's straight up a tactical foul, like a basketball style on Olise. Somehow the ref doesn't give a yellow for that. And I like that. Let them see what South America is all about. All right, here's Koundé for Dembele. And we're back at it again. Paraguay defense, strong. Mbappe dropping a bit deep to try and help with the build-up. We see Mbappe appearing on the outside of the box. Mbappe finds Kone. Mbappe now in the middle tries to play a through ball for Olise, but Paraguay gets to it first, and now the ball gets cleared away. And it's back to Upamecano with Enciso trying to press, but it's just back to Magnon. And we're back at it again. 3 minutes have passed of this second half. And here comes Olise. Olise trying to dribble. That's an amazing dribble for Olise, but he gets dispossessed. No foul. Okay, no. You don't have to play down the middle. No, whoever did that, that was stupid. Don't play down the middle. France recovered the ball. Now everybody hates Morocco. It's mostly due to the AFCON, right? Like, and also I know that some countries in Europe hate Morocco. As Rabiot is gonna have a shot, it goes over the crossbar. Rabiot is saying that it took a touch, but I don't think it did, and the ref doesn't think so either. So it's gonna be a goal kick. Because there are some countries in Europe like Belgium, the Netherlands, and France obviously, where there are a lot of Moroccans, and Moroccans kind of went crazy on the streets um, when Morocco won a game. So like they basically thrashed the place, some of the immigrants. So like there's also like some European resentment towards Morocco, I think. AFCON and the fan base, yeah, fair enough. Are the refs too lenient this World Cup? It's like they asked to do bookends. Don't accumulate from the group stage this time. It's kind of, I don't know. It kind of feels that way, that there are less cards than they should be this World Cup, and they are letting play go on, which personally I'm a fan of. Like I respect that more than there being a lot of yellow cards, for example. But I think they're overdoing it a little bit, and it's kind of strange because the yellow cards for suspension and thingies get removed after the group stage and then after the quarterfinals. So there's two different instances where bookings get removed um, to where you cannot be suspended, right, for another game. Welcome back, Adam. Ladies and gentlemen, Paraguay have a corner. Paraguay have won a corner, and Almiron is gonna take it. We need this one to find the head of somebody. Find the head of anybody with this corner. Almiron with the delivery. Magnan clears it away, kind of. Paraguay still in possession. Okay, Velasquez gets dispossessed by Upamecano, and that's going to be a throw-in for Paraguay. I mean, yeah, you can say that Morocco didn't develop their talents. Like, most of them were born in Europe and raised in European academies, obviously. Okay, throwing into the box, caught by Magnan. Paraguay really cannot give away those chances. Oh, and that's an incredible long ball from Magnan for Mbappe, and Mbappe's one-on-one. Oh, that is a great first touch. That is amazing. Cáceres is asking for a handball from Mbappe. Oh, they played it short. Okay, no. That shot from Dembele hits the side netting, and I think that heel was also hit by Dembele after he took the shot. All of Paraguay is appealing for a handball somewhere. Yeah, that's a handball by Mbappe. Like, if that had gone in somehow, but if you're a Cáceres, you cannot. Um, if you're VAR, you cannot see that handball. You cannot go check that because the play didn't end in a goal. But if that had been a goal, I think it would have been disallowed. If that had been a goal, I think that would have been disallowed for that hand. Because that hand, even though you don't score a goal with that hand, then you control the ball and you put yourself in a goal scoring position after handling the ball like that. Dembele just landed full force on Orlando Hill after that attempt. Yeah, I don't know how the ref missed that, but I mean, it was a bit of a quick play. That long pass from Magnan was incredible to spot out Mbappe and then deliver that kind of ball. But it was so obviously a handball because, like, if not his arm, like, where else is the ball bouncing back to his feet, right? That was so obviously a handball. Mbappe, the dictator, man. He's telling the ref that he needs to start counting on the goal kick. Mbappe, the dictator, man, telling the ref what to do. All right, I hope that Hill is okay. Okay, Rabiot now. The ball in the midfield. Back for Rabiot. Good clearance. Meme content right there. Yeah, exactly like when he gave the captain's armband to the ref and told him to give it to Chouameni. Like, why? It was Michael Oliver too. Like, why are you giving the captain's armband to Michael Oliver and telling him to give it to Chouameni? Why don't you give it to Chouameni yourself? Like, Mbappe giving us plenty of meme material there. He's not beating the allegations. Connect with the shot from distance. Amazing save from Hill. Incredible save from Orlando Hill. And I believe that's the first shot on target from France this entire game. I believe that is the first shot on target for France this entire game. Great shot from Kone from outside of the box. He's been trying that the whole game. And Orlando Hill with this heroic save, just tapping it over the crossbar. No, we cannot buy Orlando Hill. Like we need Hill to be sold to a European team so that San Lorenzo can salvage their finances. Top three dictator footballers. Okay, number one Mbappe surely. Um, do we include Ron Lander in that? Is Ron Lander a dictator? And I don't know who else. All right, a good play from France here. Mbappe bounces on Cáceres, and the ref gives a corner. It kind of looked like a goal kick to me, honestly. Judy's a wannabe dictator, but he already has Mbappe in his team, so like, what can he do? All right, corner for France. Dembele whips it in, saved by Hill. All right, playing long for Enciso. Saliba heads it up, and Kunde has to clear it away. All right, let's try to string a few passes together. Okay, Galarza, that's not it. That was not it from Galarza. And here comes Dembele. Okay, he's not gonna win that duel. Galarza once again. All right, let's see what Paraguay can do now. Okay, just clear it away. Sure, that also works. Oh yeah, Pep is a dictator. All right, and Enciso, that's still in play, by the way. I thought that was still in play. I didn't think that that ball crossed the line. Not fully. Oh, if Vosinha was younger, 100% he's going to a European club after this World Cup. All right, Canale is gonna be subbed in. I wonder who comes out. Oh, Alderete is injured apparently. Yep. So we need a new center back. It's crazy that this World Cup has been about the goalkeepers, and it's also seen one of the highest um, goals per game average we've seen in a long time. Like there have been so many goals this World Cup, and yet it's been about the goalkeepers. Oh, Vosinha to MLS would be a great move. Whoever signs Vosinha is an amazing marketing move. All right, that's gonna be the first substitution of the game. Alderete subbed out for Paraguay, apparently with an injury, and in comes Jose Canale, which is the same guy that replaced Alderete in the game against Germany when Alderete was not available. Canale played a great game against Germany, and also he scored the winning penalty. So I don't think that I think that Canale is gonna do a good job. Canale can keep this up. All right, Mbappe gets dispossessed. And let's see what Paraguay can do on the counter. Is that a foul from Mbappe? No, says the ref. And so France recover the ball, and here comes Barcola. Barcola against Cáceres. Barcola does really well to escape. Oh, that's an amazing play from Barcola, but Hill catches the ball. That had been an incredible play from Barcola. First getting past Cáceres, and then with a nutmeg on the defender Velasquez. Okay, long pass for Enciso once again. Enciso hustling with Saliba. The ball goes out of play apparently. Enciso is having to do all the dirty work up top, trying to catch the ball whenever it gets to him and try to win a foul or whatever. I'm telling you, like, you guys are gonna laugh at me, but Paraguay were good against the USA for the first 5 minutes. Then they conceded an own goal and everything went out the window. Like, after Paraguay conceded that first goal, not only did USA grow into the game, but also Paraguay were rattled. Like, because they conceded an own goal 7 minutes in, they were rattled because they were playing away from home. The entire crowd was behind the US. Um, oh, and Enciso is asking to be substituted. And Enciso is injured too, man. Come on, man. We cannot lose Enciso like this. Again, just like the Germany game, his fitness is failing him. All right, Enciso subbed out. And in comes with the number 24. I believe that is Caballero, yeah. Dude, CONMEBOL should totally invite Cabo Verde to the Copa America. All right, Barcola subbed out in France, and in comes Due. Like these subs from the Champs, like what is Due gonna do that Barcola wasn't doing it already? Like, being honest. You're subbing out somebody who can dribble for somebody who can dribble. Like, besides, okay, you can argue Due is better than Barcola, even if you make that argument, right? It's not about that. It's that this plan for France is not working so far. You need to try something different. That's why we were talking about Mateta or Thuram or, I mean, a natural striker up there. Even like you can sub in somebody like Cherky if you need like shots from distance or through balls, even though Olise already provides that, but like you can have Cherky do that too. You have two creative outlets. Like right here, you subbed out a winger to sub in a winger. I don't know. I don't really see it. I don't know about like, for example, I think that Cabo Verde is different because Cabo Verde, because they're in the Atlantic and they're like an island nation, they have like more similar vibes to a South American nation. For example, if you were to invite like, I don't know, Ghana to the Copa America, that wouldn't really sit well, right? Or I don't know, like Morocco. If you were to invite like one of those teams to the Copa America, like it doesn't really make that much sense. Cabo Verde is different because the vibe of Cabo Verde is like much more South American. And also, I wouldn't invite a European team to the Copa America. Exactly, like Cabo Verde reminds you of a Caribbean nation. They have the same vibe. All right, here comes Due against Cáceres on the one-on-one. Tries to cut inside. That's not a foul. Play on. Kone. And here comes Kunde over to Olise. Olise trying to get away from Galarza Fonda. Finds Dembele. Dembele gets dispossessed, and we have to clear that away. Okay, that's not gonna get to Caballero. Okay, and back to defending we go. Don't let him have a shot. Okay, but if he's gonna have that shot, you see the desperation from France. Did you see the shot that Mbappe took? Did you just see the shot that Mbappe took? That went nowhere. He took it from like, I don't know, what was that? No, that's not a foul. Like, that's not a foul on Due. Due is the one who forces the contact there. Mr. Krabs, we knew that Paraguay was gonna park the double-decker bus. That's what they've done against Germany. That's what they did against Turkey when they took the lead. We knew Paraguay was gonna do this. This is what Paraguay does. The question is, can France score? So far, the answer is no. And it hasn't looked like they were close to scoring at any point. Now they have the quality to score at any moment. At any moment, anybody from France gets one moment of brilliance, and absolutely they can score. But so far, I don't know. Paraguay is doing well. Bing Chiling. Somebody from Paraguay is appealing from our foul. All right. Play on, says the ref. Here comes Due again. Due cuts inside. Great play from Due. Don't foul him. Don't foul him. Okay. Due falls inside the box. Play on, says the ref. And here comes Almiron. Almiron running against Saliba. Almiron. Saliba is gonna get there first. Oh, and Almiron got injured during that run. Are you serious? Are you serious that Almiron gets injured after doing that run? And now they're gonna stop to check on Due. France has no crosses. Okay, let's see this on Due. Is that not a pen, chat? You're saying he fell? I feel like if VAR checks that, that might be a pen. I think that's a pen, chat. As much as I hate it, I think that's a pen. That's exactly what Paraguay didn't need to do. That's exactly what Paraguay didn't need to do. Yeah, they're gonna check. I feel like that's a pen, chat. I have to be honest with you. I feel like that's a pen and do it. I feel like that's a pen. As soon as I saw Due dribble inside the box, I was like, whatever you do, don't give out a pen. And yeah, I think that Diego Gomez just makes contact with his leg, and yeah, that's a pen. Damn. Yeah, he didn't have to look at it for too long. I feel like that's a pen. Yep, penalty. Yep. Stupid challenge from Diego Gomez. Stupid challenge from Diego Gomez. All right, Orlando Hill, we're in your hands. Orlando, you need to do it again. Yeah, that's a great play from Due, like getting past 1-2 players. Are you concerned for Argentina if they have to face Colombia? No. I think that Colombia is a great team and they can absolutely make it very difficult for us, but I'm not afraid of anybody this World Cup. That's crazy, Hossein. Okay, Hill, we're in your hands. Dembele out there protecting the spot because the Paraguay players were trying to ruin it. Hill is talking to Mbappe. All right, Hill, por favor, we're in your hands. Mbappe against Hill. Hill, por favor. It all comes down to this. All of the defending you guys have done. Now they need you. They're delaying the kick. They're trying to put Mbappe off by whatever means possible. They know he's one of the best penalty takers in the world, that he hasn't missed any of his last 5 penalties for France. Now we need Hill to become the hero for Paraguay. All right, that's a goal for France. GG's. F. F in the chat. That's exactly what Paraguay didn't need to happen. To give a penalty like that. That's exactly what they didn't need to happen. Amazing penalty from Mbappe. Low to the other side of the keeper. Great technique. It does look kind of over because, like, for Paraguay, it was about keeping it 0-0 for as long as possible. I will not be a dictator, don't worry. Alright, substitutions in for Paraguay. Oh, Diego Gomez gets subbed out, and you can see how frustrated he is with himself after committing that penalty. He was talking to Alfaro about it, and Alfaro was like, nah, it's fine, don't worry about it. Alright, Avalos comes in, a new striker for Paraguay. And Almiron subbed out. Almiron was also cooked. Like, Almiron also had no legs left. Alright. What can Paraguay do, Chad? What can Paraguay do from now? We need to brace ourselves if the final is Argentina versus France again. That's if that happens, like I've been saying, if Argentina is in that final, sign me up. I don't care who it is against. If it's France Argentina again, that's gonna bang. That's gonna be crazy. Upamecano for Magnan, and Magnan catches the ball. We're still not going to the hydration break. I feel like the hydration break would benefit Paraguay now for Alfaro to talk to his boys and give them the motivation and tactical awareness they needed to try and go for the game, try and find one miracle goal. That's all they need. Yeah, it's very likely that if Paraguay go on the offense, that France score a second, obviously. Like, Paraguay are going to be more exposed defensively now. All right, to the hydration break we go. They almost made it to the fourth quarter, 0-0. It's getting heated too with Mbappe. It's getting heated once again. It was always going to be like this. I get a feeling that Paraguay are not going to end the game with 11 men on the pitch. I get a feeling that somebody in Paraguay is bound to get sent off. Ay, 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 Chad. Ay, ay, ay. So it's is it guaranteed over like 0% chance now, right? 0% chance, or is there like one one Doctor Strange multiverse where Paraguay can score a goal? This is exactly what Paraguay didn't need to happen, man. That was a dumb challenge by Diego Gomez. Yeah, their first World Cup since 2010 and also their best World Cup besides 2010. Hey. Final of the Copa America. I mean, they could. I feel like it's a stretch though. When you're looking at Argentina, France, Colombia, even Ecuador. But I don't know. I mean, like, again, they could. I don't see it. Barcola was also booked. Shout out, Mats. Thank you so much for joining. Barcola was also booked before coming being subbed out. But yeah, I feel like there's been more opportunities for yellows on both sides of the pitch, and I feel like the ref has just let players get away with things that they normally wouldn't get away with. That's a foul by Mbappe. Everybody's going at Mbappe now. What is Cáceres doing? Like, Cáceres could be sent off for doing that. Cáceres could also be sent off for doing that. Like that would have been a really stupid way to get sent off. For for Paraguay probably should have been 2 yellow cards for now. Cáceres, long pass for Avalos. He's not gonna get to it. He keeps it in play, to be fair. Alright, goal kick, says the ref. It's such a shame that Almiron and Enciso, their legs gave up, right? Alright. What do you have, Paraguay? Now you have to do something different. Good build up. Good build up from Paraguay. See, I feel like they could have done a bit more of this when it was 0-0. Like, they weren't this comfortable on the ball when they were 0-0. When they were level, I feel like they were just trying to put the ball away as further as they could. But now that they're losing, suddenly they are building up from the back. And I also think it has to do with how France is pushing less. That looked like a throwing for France, like for Paraguay, but they gave it for France. Okay, now they gave it for Paraguay. The linesman corrected him. I think they're putting it into their box with Junior Alonso. All right, Junior Alonso with the throwing into the box, headed up, and that's going to be a foul. Yep. On Upamecano. Oh, what is Avalos doing? Like, why is Avalos trying to elbow Upamecano? Hello, Albert. Thank you so much for joining. Hell of a match yesterday. Yeah, it was. We had a lot of people on the live stream. We had a lot of people also coming to the match reaction afterwards. Crazy scenes. Shout out to Cabo Verde. They did amazing. They were unbelievable. They were unbelievable. I still think that Argentina had a lot of positives. I think that we played a great game. Not a great game. Argentina played well. It's just that some players weren't up to it. That's a tough foul from Kone. That's a yellow card for Kone right there. Yeah, CONMEBOL will always give tough games to the European sides, no matter the context. ¿Qué haces, Laza? Not the umbrellas, man. Yeah, I think that even though it's on the halfway line, I think that Mauricio is putting this into the box. That's what they're trying. Head it in, and Mañan is gonna catch that. Yeah, I mean, they're trying, right? But if you cannot connect with your strikers, like, what are you gonna do? You cannot even have a shot on target. Nah, what is what is Mbappe trying to do? Hey, that's a foul. No? Everybody is on their feet just protesting for that. Like, it's insane that the ref didn't give that. I feel like this ref, he's kind of let the game slip away from him. He should have given more yellow cards. There are some fouls that he's straight up not seeing. I don't know how. France is just passing the ball between their center backs, and I mean, Paraguay have to press a little more to try and get to them. All right, Mbappe is just showing off at this moment. All right, good from Avalos to try and win the ball. That's not a foul, but play on SRF. Here comes Kone. That is a foul though. Okay, Cherky finally comes on for Dembele. Okay, worst officiated World Cup game of all time. I'm sorry. Like, I feel like the refs have honestly been pretty good this World Cup. I'm usually not a big fan of the refs, especially not in FIFA competitions, but I feel like this has been one of the best officiated World Cups of all time. And that is also because of VAR and all of the technology they have, giving them the tools to, make the right decisions. But I feel like in general, referees have been making good decisions on their own. this specific referee has not handled this game well, but even then, it hasn't been like horrible. All right, here comes Cherky. Cherky basically playing on the right wing, which is, I mean, I guess Olise is still on the pitch, so Olise is playing central, but I would have thought that you put Cherky in the cam position and Olise moves to the wing, right? Hokage, thank you so much for joining. Yeah, I think that this has been one of the best officiated World Cups, honestly. I may not be a fan of what this ref has done for this game, right? I think he kind of let control slip away from him. There should have been more yellow cards on both sides. There were a few fouls that were not given, but like overall, I think that this World Cup, the referees have been good, even. And we've seen so many straight up robberies at the World Cup before in previous editions. That was a pen 100%. Like there was nothing to discuss. Okay, Alonso with the shot. That's gonna be a corner. That's not a corner. Nobody touched that. Oh man, I thought it took a deflection, and that's why it went so off. Now just that Alonso hit that horribly. Exactly. Like if Hill made that save, the dictator was gonna say about it. I'm sure they would have asked to retake it. It's like, no, no, no. You were off the line. Go again. Okay, but VAR calling those offsides, like the technology is there. Like, was it just because he has a big toe? Was it because it touched the ball with a sliver of his hair? Yeah, but there's proof that it did. So then that's the call that you have to make. I know that I've been advocating for referees to use common sense a little more when taking their decision to say, okay, like if it's just the hair, like surely we cannot disallow that. If it's just the toe, surely we cannot disallow that. But like with the rules that we have, it's like, okay, the toe is offside. Well, he's offside by a toe. I'm sorry. It's fair for everybody. So that is not bad officiating. It's just you can argue that maybe the rules are not what they should be. Obviously, like nobody's saying that the hand of God is a legal goal. Obviously, it should have been disallowed even without VAR. It's crazy that it wasn't. Nobody's saying that. Nobody's like fighting against that. Like, have you honestly ever seen somebody say that the hand of God was a legal goal and it was perfectly fine? Okay, and here comes France with Mbappe running into space, has a shot, saved by Hill. Amazing save from Hill. Oh, I was gonna say, like, I didn't understand Gustavo Gomez going to Uruguay. Gustavo Alfaro, I feel like Alfaro is honestly gonna get a lifetime contract at Paraguay for what he's done at this World Cup and for qualifying to the World Cup in the first place. Um, I don't think Alfaro would also be liked at the Uruguay national team, to be honest. Hello, Tari. Thank you so much for joining again. Yeah, if Paraguay doesn't press, like, yeah, they're telling, Alfaro is telling the players to press because if they don't, France is just gonna pass it between the center backs over and over, and the game is gonna end like that. Okay, Avalos, Mauricio with the shot. It's a bit too weak. Not enough from Mauricio there. Not enough power. So it's an easy save from Magnan. I feel like we're not getting an Argentina France final. It's too obvious. I mean, yeah, like France and Argentina are not unbeatable teams. Like I've been saying, no team has looked unbeatable at this World Cup. No team has looked unbeatable. How much stoppage time? Mauricio with the cross, cleared away by Digne. All right, now Mbappe. Okay, that shot takes a deflection. Portugal still have time. Portugal can still do something. I think that they are the underdogs against Spain, but surely they can do something. Oh, 10 minutes of stoppage time. Okay. I mean, obviously, and the Paraguay players needed to be aggressive. It was like their only hope in this game. Yeah, I agree. France's midfield is not nothing to write home about. All right, Cherky on the right, trying to get past his man, gets dispossessed. Galarza plays long for Mauricio. They're both grabbing each other, so it's not going to be a foul. They give the foul. Damn. The Champs is ravioling himself with being the water carrier. The VAR check didn't take that long, but there was also a bit of time wasting and substitutions. Yeah, Zaire Emery surely should be getting more minutes than he is, like with this midfield. Two 2011 Stoke City, that's the Paraguay way. And it was like that in 2011 too. 2011 Copa America, quarterfinals, nil-nil against Brazil, win on penalties. Nil-nil against Venezuela, win on penalties. They got to the Copa America final without winning a single game. Oof. Mexico England is gonna be super late for you, Mats. The schedule has definitely not been friendly to most Europeans. All right, now France is the one delaying the corner. Why is France not playing the corner, man? Nice from Avalos to take the ball away from Olise. All right, that's going to be a throwing for Paraguay. They're going to check on Olise. Oh, you're going to a concert venue to watch it. Okay, last 6 minutes, more like 5 actually, throwing for Paraguay, and I think they are gonna try to put it into the box too. How many balls are they gonna throw into the pitch? I swear. There were like 4 balls on the pitch. Alright, throwing into the box. Cleared away. Alright, Canale. Good job. Canale is gonna try to cross it. Head it into. Okay, and Lucas Digne heads it back into Magnan. Yeah, I mean, it was always gonna be like this. But honestly, I'm proud of Paraguay. This is what I needed from Paraguay. Like, I honestly didn't expect them to win, but they made a good showing of themselves. Yeah, obviously, they've not done enough attacking wise. When we were talking about the first half, oh, here comes Mbappe now. Does he make it too? Mbappe to the middle. Oh, now this is Mbappe. Oh, what a save. Mbappe again. Oh, what a save. Oh my goodness, Hill. Insane. That, that was incredible from Hill. Insane double save on Mbappe right there. It was actually Due who was running on the left. And he scores it in for Mbappe to score a tap in. Insane save by Hill, and then save again on the rebound to keep Paraguay in this. As another yellow card goes out. This time for Olise. This could be really good because if any of these France players get booked against Morocco, they are suspended for the semis. What an insane save by Hill. All right, Velázquez. That's not going to work, but that clearance is really poor, and that's going to be a corner. All right, corner for Paraguay. This is exactly what we needed. Corner for Paraguay. Wake up. Somebody understands has an Mbappe dictator t-shirt. I saw it too, Mats. I saw it too. That was great. All right, corner for Paraguay. All right. If Paraguay are going to do anything, it's right here. Corner for Paraguay. I don't know why Galarza Fonda was diving, because diving is not going to do anything. All right, crossing to the box, caught by Mayan. You cannot do that. You need to at least make sure that it's in play. Make them clear it at least. Don't let the goalkeeper catch it. God damn it, man. It seems like we're getting France, Morocco again. Yep. Mbappe against Hakimi. That's a foul on Mbappe from Cáceres. Cáceres has been doing this all game. Mbappe's just laughing about it. Mbappe has been having a laugh this entire game. Like, he cannot believe the shithousery. Oh boy. I'm sure that Mbappe is not particularly happy about that, but I'm sure he would have a laugh about it with Hakimi. Mbappe is just having the time of his life. He's laughing at every bit of shithousery. Yeah, France just gonna keep it against the corner flag. It's a foul from Dues as the ref. Yeah, so far it's Messi with 7 and Mbappe with 7. All right, this is likely the last kick of the games. Oh, no, that's over. GG's. Well done to Paraguay. Well done to Paraguay. This is what they needed to do. And now it's absolutely kicking off inside the pitch, exactly like we knew it would. GG's, man. Well played, Paraguay. Insane World Cup by them. Escaping that group after the disastrous first game against the USA, managing to beat Turkey despite being down to 10 men the entirety of the second half. In the round of 32, taking out Germany, and now in this round of 16 game against France, one of the favorites, pushing them and only getting beat by a penalty. Yeah, the Paraguayans just wanted a fight, and they gave France one. Shout out to Paraguay, man. They made CONMEBOL proud today. They had the lawyers to bail them out. Yeah, I feel like Paraguay should have had a few yellow cards, to be fair. 2026 Champions League final without all the feistiness. Paraguay has done incredibly well. Yeah, GG's. This is exactly what I needed from Paraguay, though. Like, I needed that if they were gonna lose, they were gonna lose like this. Like, only undone by a penalty, putting their lives on the line, bringing the fight and the grit and the determination to France, make them feel the South American game. They turned this into a Copa Libertadores game, honestly. Like, this looked like a Copa Libertadores game. So dirty at every moment, so difficult for France to find much of anything. Paraguay, for most of this game, got everything that they wanted. It wasn't up until that penalty that, it was a poor challenge by Diego Gomez, and that was it. Besides that, France weren't really creating much of anything. Like, what was even France's XG without the penalty? Non-penalty XG, like 0.58. 0.58 non-XG penalty. No, uh, and most of it came on Mbappe's double chance once they were already 1-0 up. Most of it came in this last double chance by Mbappe. Before that, France created basically nothing this game. France created nothing this game. But one moment of brilliance by Doué wins a penalty, and that's the end of the game. Yeah, Paraguay required a big Cardoso or somebody. We won't forget the impossible utopia that they pulled off. They chased another one and they were so incredibly close. It just wasn't meant to be. Morocco can beat France, for sure. Again, France are not unbeatable. He's had to take over striker and handsome duties from Giroud. Yeah, you cannot do both things at once. Like that's really hard. The Real Madrid boys too. Thank you, Mr. Krabs. Thank you for joining. Thank you to everyone who's watched. I feel like most people came here for the second half and the end of the game, and I really appreciate it. Thank you to everyone who tuned in. I really wanted to do this after I couldn't make a live stream for Paraguay Germany, which if I was here, that would have been absolute cinema. But I wasn't home at the time that game was happening, so I couldn't make that watch along. And I got everything that I wanted out of this game, honestly. I wanted it to be feisty. I wanted it to be a scramble. I wanted Paraguay to bring the fight and everything that CONMEBOL represents to France, and they did it. They did just that. Even if they lost, this is how I wanted Paraguay to lose if they were to lose. So um, I'm proud of them. And now France moves on to quarterfinals where they have to play against Morocco, and we'll have to see what they can do in that game, because even though Morocco played very poorly today, they still got the job done, and I feel like they are gonna give France a really tough game. Yeah, they got Nagelsmann's side. They got that out of them. All right. Thank you to everybody. Thank you, Albert. Thank you, Taddy. Thank you, Mats. Thank you, Mr. Krabs. Thank you, Lassa. Thank you to everybody who joined the stream at any point. Adam, thank you as well. SSV was here before too, so thank you to everyone who joined the stream. We're gonna see what we do tomorrow for Brazil, Norway, and Mexico, England. I'm sure that, especially the Mexico, England, that 100% we're doing a watch along. I don't know if we're doing Brazil, Norway, but we might, so stay on the lookout for that. So yeah, I want to make as many games out of the ones that are left here at the World Cup as I can. So yeah, bring on tomorrow. Exactly, Mats. It's gonna be a good one. Thank you all so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all next time. Peace out.